The power of classification. Good morning everyone. Welcome to Angie's YouTube channel. So for today's video, I will discuss the lesson number 4 and lesson number 5 of the contemporary world. So let's go. So first, I will discuss the lesson number 4. In my right side, I will show you our discussions for today. So first, I will discuss the powers of international organization, and second, I will discuss and differentiate the organs of the United Nations. Power of classification means the ability to classify objects, events, and shift their very definition and identity, like the creation and defining of a new categories of actors, refugee, by the UN High Commissioner for Refugees. So refugee means is a person who has been forced to leave their country to escape war, persecution, or natural disaster. Second, the power to fix meanings is a state, organizations, and individuals view international organizations as legitimate sources of information. As such, the meanings they create have effects on various information, like the definition of security as not just safety from military violence, but safety from environmental, economic, and political harm. So the last one is power to diffuse norms. Means international organization exercise a third type of power by spreading and enforcing global values and norms. They desire to shape state practice by establishing, articulating, and transmitting norms that define what constitutes acceptable and legitimate state behavior. They are missionaries of our time. So first, the General Assembly. To my understanding, the General Assembly is the main deliberative, policy-making, and representative organ of the United Nations. All 193 member states of the United Nations are represented in the General Assembly, making it the only United Nations body with universal representation. The General Assembly each year elects a GA president to serve a one-year term of office. In 1949 to 1950, Carlos P. Romulo, a Filipino diplomat, was elected as GA president in GA's early year. The second one is the Security Council. The Security Council has a primary responsibility under the UN Charter to maintain international peace and security. They determine threats to peace or acts of aggression and resolve it through peaceful or forceful means. The Council has 15 members, 5 permanent members and 10 non-permanent members. The 5 permanent members are China, France, the Russian Federation, the United Kingdom, and the United States. There are permanent members since the UN's founding and are irreplaceable. The 5 permanent holds great power since it only takes one veto vote from a 5 members to stop an SC actions. So the third one is the Economic and Social Council. So it serves as a central mechanism for activities of the UN system and its specialized agencies in the economic, social, and environmental fields, supervising subsidiary and expert bodies. So the fourth one is the International Court of Justice, or ICJ. It is the UN's main judicial organ. Its task is to settle legal disputes only between nations and not between individuals. In accordance with international law, legal disputes are submitted to it by states and to give advisory opinions referred to it by authorized United Nations organs and specialized agencies. So the last one is the Secretariat. The Secretary General is Chief Administrative Officer of the organization, appointed by the General Assembly on the recommendation of the Security Council for a 5-year renewable term. So we are in lesson 5 already. So in lesson 5, I will discuss and differentiate the state regionalism and non-state regionalism. And the second one is I will discuss the NATO, OPEC, NUM, and ASEAN on what reason for their establishment. So there are 2 types of regional groups or regionalism. The first is state regionalism. Is the coordination of countries and a general phenomenon or may refer to a formal project, policy, or scheme promoted by regional states, and the term actually encompasses a broader area. The second is the non-state regionalism. Non-state regionalism are individuals or organizations that have powerful economic, political, or social power and are able to influence at a national and sometimes international level while not belonging to or ally themselves to any particular country or state. The one is NATO. NATO means North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Was established during the Cold War for military protection purposes. So the second one is OPEC. OPEC means Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries. Was established by oil exporting countries to protect their resources. And the third one is NAM. NAM means Non-Alignment Movement. Was established by countries who don't want to be part of major global political group. And the last one is Association of Southeast Asian Nations. Was established in order to boost the economy of the members countries.